I'm just here in Bangkok, just at the park, the big park here. Just making a few videos to see if I can get some assistance with staying in Thailand. It's not cheap. Don't want to leave when I'm doing my research. I wanted to go back to Japan, but unfortunately, I don't think that's a possibility. A lot of problems with that. I just don't know if Japan wants anybody anymore. To me, they're just wanting to fill the low-wage jobs. So I'm setting up a Patreon to get something going. I can stay here on a research visa. I need to organise all that. But that means I need to actually prove that I have the money to do the research. So hopefully if I'm able to get some people going with the Patreon, something could work out. I'm not too sure though, you know. It's been a very difficult journey. I'm not at peace in my soul or in my mind, psychologically. I'm in a very difficult situation all the time. I'm just not at peace with anything to do with my life. It wasn't that long ago where I tried to do something that failed again. You know, I don't know, but I'm just not where I want to be. There's a lot of things wrong, and you know, trying to get through this has been absolute hell. This research stuff has been absolute hell, especially when you're not mentally right. But I can't go back to Australia either. You know, Australia's too expensive now. I've lost everything. I was really dumb. I shouldn't have sold my apartment, my duplex. That thing's now worth I checked the other day, like 3 times what I paid for it. Not only that, you know, like a couple of years ago we were doing the Bitcoin business, and I had like 291 Bitcoin, you know, and it was worth like, you know, $4,000 worth of Bitcoin at the time. Imagine if I kept that, but you know, back then I needed it for the business, but I'm not well, and I haven't been for a very long time. And I was hoping maybe I could get something out of this research. I'm not sure if I am. I'm not, because I'm fighting off a lot of bad stuff in my head, you know, and it doesn't work too well. So maybe I'm just wasting my time, you know, with trying to do stuff. You know, basically I got fired for some bullshit, and I'll tell you it was absolute bullshit. Students were copying a lot of their work from ChatGPT, and I gave them 0%. And I said, you have 7 days to give me something you did. Out of a class of 24, 17 copied off ChatGPT, or they copied off their friend who copied off ChatGPT. 3 students handed in exactly the same essay, word for word. But here that's acceptable. I couldn't accept it. But also I've noticed in the last 6 months, there's been a couple of, like about 4 out of 6 of the new teachers, I'm number 5, have been fired as well. I don't think the university was doing too well with their new programs. They basically just tried to have too many programs. But yeah, so 4 of these students complained. Now these students just would get up in the middle of class and do whatever they want. They didn't have a care in the world. They didn't care. They never did. Because it was a very expensive university to go to, but to get in, you didn't really have to be too intelligent. You just have to pay your way in. And they just expect to be able to buy their marks. And so I wasn't giving these 4 students at the front attendance marks because they just weren't really attending. They were basically just mucking around all the time. And I said, how can I do anything for you? You're not doing anything for yourselves except copying. And they just didn't listen once to me. They went straight into the assistant dean who complained. First of all, I got told to give them all 65%. I said, they're cheated. Look at the work they've handed in. It's all cheating. I got told to go and edit it yourself, and then you just resubmit it, and that'll be fine. I couldn't do it because they're mostly concerned with the revenue, and I said, I'm sorry, I can't do it. So they said, okay. They left it alone for a month. Then came in for my 6-month review, which wasn't a 3-month review, which was actually a 7-month. So they didn't even, in the first 3 months, didn't review. That means I was doing well. Other teachers said, oh, they here, if they've received complaints and there's been problems, the 3-month review, they'll come and talk to you, but if everything's fine, they won't. So they came in the 7th month and she just said, you've been using ChatGPT in class. And I said, no, I haven't. I told you the students have, and it didn't matter. They just did not care. I got accused of using ChatGPT. I showed all the notes I have made on my presentations and lectures and everything to prove that I haven't ever used it. No. You get accused of something here, you've done it. Doesn't matter if you've got evidence to prove the contrary. And so they said, we'll pay you out for the rest of your contract as long as you sign a non-disclosure agreement and don't talk about it. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. And then they said, okay, well, we'll fire you instead and then see you in court. Because they know that if they fired me, they have to have a reason. They know their reason is bullshit. But the problem with going to court in Thailand is, as I am non-Thai, the first thing that the judge will see, or the magistrate who decides these things would see, is that I'm non-Thai. So immediately, it would be like it's 70-30, okay? I would end up getting just my salary, probably if I went to court, but not my full salary. The other thing I was told is that if I did go to court and they did even make some documents like saying that, making up some allegations against you, they would probably stick. Even if you had evidence to prove contrary, in Thailand, they don't have the legal system as in you need proof. What you need is money. So I would lose. So I thought, okay, if that's the game you're playing, well, if you pay out my contract until July 1st, or the end of June, okay. You start to realise how different we are as Australians, as wise I am, to other parts of the world, where there are processes, policies, procedures in place. Here it's just an oligarch, just makes a decision on the spot, doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. And it's a bit heartbreaking, you know. It really does hurt deep down when you know you've done the best thing possible. So now I'm just trying to look. I've sent my resume out to different places to say if I can do my research somewhere else. Hopefully not in Bangkok. The city is pretty rough. It's all concrete as well, so it gets really hot. But I put in a lot of effort to do everything right, but nothing ever sort of goes right for me at the end of the day. And I find it very hard to continue this kind of thing. I just don't know what to do about it anymore. Just getting to a point where I just sort of am giving up caring and just think it's just not worth doing anymore. So anyway, I don't know what to do. I just do not. I don't know which way, because any time I make a move, it's wrong anyway. So I'm not too sure right now. But what I'm going to do is just see if I can get this Patreon going. You know, maybe 400 people a month can give me $5 a month to keep going here and do the research and just spread the word and see what happens. But I better head off. Got to walk back home. So enjoy your afternoon. Bye for now.